Hiya, how you doing? Let me just make sure that I'm presentable. Okay, how are you? Whew. Me? I'm good, thank you. Thanks for asking. I've been busy running around doing the usual things. But you know what? I thought I would just stop by just to find out how you are, how your week's going. Has anybody been getting on your nerves? I don't know why, but I was just thinking about how people have an idea about you. We have wild imaginations. We will just fill in the blanks wherever we want to fill in the blanks. And it doesn't matter who you are. You can be somebody famous on TV. You can be someone on YouTube. You can be someone in the office, somebody who you see in the supermarket. People see you. And if they don't know you, or if they don't know your story, they will build up something around it and make it out to be something, whatever it is that they want it to be. I remember when I was working in a nightclub, and what we used to do, we used to arrive at a certain time and we would do sound check. And that is, to make sure that all the instruments are working and that they can be heard once we start the show. And when I got there, the club was an absolute mess. When I tell you that it was disgusting, I mean, the floors were sticky with all confetti and beer and all kinds of stuff, and the tables were disgusting because I think the night before there must have been like a private party in the club, and it's not something that happened often, but every now and again they would do that. Now when we do sound check, we tend to go instrument by instrument, and usually maybe the drum would start first, then the bass, and then the guitar, etc. Until we got to the voices, and the singers, we were always the last ones. And I've never really understood why when it came to the instruments, they would stay there for hours just banging and carrying on. They could never hear themselves, and it would take forever to do the sound check. But as soon as I got on the microphone, and it would be like, testing, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Angie, it's wonderful, we can hear everything, bye. It always worked that way. Well, anyway, that particular evening, the wait staff came in, and some of the cleaners, they came in, and they wanted to prepare the club because of how filthy it was. So I was just sitting there waiting for my turn to do my sound check. So I saw how particularly filthy the club was, and I saw that there wasn't quite a lot of wait staff around. And in the corner, there was a broom. So I went over and I got the broom. So I started to sweep up. After about 5 seconds, one of the barmen, who also helped to clean, he came running across the room and he grabbed the broom from my hand. And I thought, what's going on? And he said, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I said, what? And he said, first of all, you're a singer. And I said, yes, I'm a singer who's not singing at the moment. So I thought that I would help out. All hands on deck, right? And he said, no. You're a singer, first of all. And second of all, you artists are kind of spoiled and you don't really know how to do this kind of stuff. So it's best if I take care of it, okay? I remember thinking to myself, what did this man just say to me? Now, as far as I'm concerned, that man insulted me twice. Not with just what he said, but in my mind, I heard this woman, she doesn't know how to clean, so her house must be a dump. Now, that's what I heard. I was fuming. I wanted to tear into this man, but I was shocked. I have to admit, I stood there for a second with my mouth open, And just when I was about to tell this man a couple of words, he went, he left. And that annoyed me even more. You know how frustrating it is when you want to say something to someone and you no longer have the opportunity, the moment has gone? I was fuming. But I had to let it go. I had to let it go because he was no longer there. He was gone off and he was there doing his thing. And I was thinking to myself, whew, isn't life funny? Isn't life funny, right? That this man, he had no clue about my life or what I've been through and the things that I've done. How would he know? But don't just guess and assume because what I am now, he doesn't know what I did in the past. How was this man to know? That when I was in college, my parents told me that if I wanted to have extra money to do extra things like go out with friends and buy certain things, they didn't have money like that. So I would have to find my own money. So what I did was I cleaned offices in the morning. I used to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, every morning. I used to walk for 35 minutes to go to where the offices were because at that hour of the morning, there weren't really any buses. I used to spend 2 hours cleaning, then walk back home because although the buses were running more frequently now, just standing up and waiting, the chances are that it would take longer waiting for the bus. So I might as well just walk. And I used to walk home and I did that for 2.5 years. For 2.5 years, that was my life. Waking up at 5 o'clock and cleaning offices. So you can imagine that when it came to social life, I didn't have a lot because I was tired. I was tired. Then after, when I had finished that and when I got a little bit older, I started to work for an agency, and an agency would send you to different places depending on their needs. And so I was studying and I didn't have an education yet. So there wasn't a lot of things that I knew and I didn't really have experience in anything. So the only places that they would really send me were like the kitchens where I could work in the kitchens or work as a waitress and things like that. I used to stand on my feet for hours just washing plate after plate. I washed plates so much that I tell you to this day, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Recently, my dishwasher broke down. And I said to myself, if people in this house think that I am going to be there scrubbing pots after I've cooked, it's not going to happen. Because I would rather buy new pots every single night rather than clean them and wash them and scrub them out. I can't do it. And it's the same with plates. I would rather eat in paper plates and drink out of paper cups every night of the week rather than wash these dishes. I can't, honestly. I'm nauseous at the idea of it because I just spent so much time. Honestly, it's unbelievable. And another thing that happened is that they sent me to the BBC. Now, for those who don't know what the BBC is, but I'm sure that you all know what it is. And that's the most important TV station that there is in Great Britain. And I was really excited about going there because I thought I would see some famous people, right? And I did. And I remember walking in and thinking, oh my goodness, I saw him on TV last night. And oh wow, look at him. I love his show. And oh my God, there she is. She's amazing. She is so gorgeous. And I remember just being so excited about being there. And when at the BBC, I had to clear the tables and put away the dishes. And when I tell you that it was the most mortifying thing that I've ever done, because as excited as I was to be there and see all these famous faces, they just looked right through me. They were like, Because sometimes when you work and you're cleaning up after people, they don't really see you. You become invisible. That is why whenever I go out to eat, I am so respectful to people who serve in restaurants, the waiters and the waitresses, because I know the hard work. I know the amount of hours they have to stand on their feet. I know how tiring it is. And it really gets on my nerves and it bothers me when people disrespect these people. And another time they sent me, I was working in the offices and they gave me a trolley. And on this trolley, it had urns of tea and coffee and sandwiches and biscuits and all their little favourite snacks. And what I had to do was to roam the corridors with this trolley and a bell, as if I was a cow. I had this bell and I had to ring this bell and say, tea, coffee, come and get your tea, come and get your coffee. I tell you, it was something else. It really was. And like I said, people don't really see you when you do these jobs. And there's nothing worse than feeling invisible. And I felt invisible. And I tried my best not to let anyone feel like they are invisible, because it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. And I know exactly how it feels. So there you go. People have ideas about you. They think they know you, but they don't. And if they wanted to know you, all they have to do is ask, but they won't. And it's just a lot easier to just make up things about you. But you know what? If they do, just leave them to it. Let them think whatever they want to think. Be kind to yourself, you hear? And I'll see you soon at the next time that I drop by to see you. Ciao.